for what has happened this last week. In the build-up to this game, it's a lot to talk about. So much drama. Can Kotoko rise again, especially starting with this game and put up the points before the end of the season? Welcome once again as we continue with our coverage of the Ghana Premier League. And of course, as always, we have two gentlemen here who would help us with the calculations, the build-up and the permutations before, during and after the game. Coach Eben Sifa is here with us, and so too Nana Edu Brako. Guys, thanks for joining us and welcome once again. It's another big one today, but Kotoko are not on the ascendancy. They face Samartex, who are rather on the other side, and Kotoko are fighting for respect rather than the title, Coach.
Well, if you remember what I said the last time I was here, the Hearts and Kotoko should be planning of recruiting players for next season, preparing their minds and the team for next season, because for the league trophy, it's out of their grips, or probably they'll fight for the top four. But I believe that as it stands now, Kotoko is struggling. You also saw their last game against Dreams FC, and afterwards, what has happened in the camp of Kumasi Asante Kotoko. But for Samartex, 5 clear points ahead of Nations FC, who is second on the league log. For them, they are in the flying colours. But it's one thing that they should understand, that this is Baba Yara Sports Stadium and they are playing Kumasi Asante Kotoko. And since we saw some smiles on the faces of the Kotoko players and the coach after the meeting with Opimswo and their training and all that. But this is a crucial game, and I can tell you that, look, yeah, on paper, position on the league log, everything favors Samartex. And for once, one may say that Kotoko is underdog. A huge club like Kotoko playing Samartex second season in the Ghana Premier League, and Kotoko is the underdog, to tell you something. But
based on form, they're underdogs.
It's not about form. Everything. If you talk about form, it's not about form. For the last 5 matches in the first round of the league, Kotoko were dominating. And most of their supporters felt that.
So what is it based on?
And I'm saying that there are factors that affect performance. 1, injuries can set in. 2, indiscipline can set in, and so many things.
But it's based on current form
and
that they're underdogs.
That factors can let the team go down that cannot play better. Factors, because this has been consistent for Kumasi Asante Kotoko in their last 8 games.
So on current form, which of the two teams?
And I'm saying that everything favors Samartex.
Right.
When we talk of form, on the league log, even the mindset of the players, everything favors Samartex. On paper, if you ask anybody who is going to win, the person will go straight away, Samartex Beshe. Samartex Beshe. But not looking at the other side of the coin. And it tells you that this is Kumasi Asante Kotoko. If the players want to make a case for themselves, if the players want to send a signal to their teaming supporters that, look, we are capable. This is the day. Today is the day. Can they break Samartex? Can they go through that hurdle?
Nana, let me bring you here with your new look, of course. Maybe the new look will give Kotoko some luck. But tell me, is there anything that Kotoko can use as an advantage to win this game, or to show that they are still Asante Kotoko? What are the factors that Kotoko can also use to get into this match and perhaps upset the informed Samartex?
I think meeting Opimswo is big enough for these players to get the maximum win today. And but simple are in this country, as a player of Asante Kotoko, to meet Otun 432. Some of these players in the Kotoko team has met Otun 432 more than 3 times in their careers. It doesn't happen. Even presidents of the land, ministers, MPs, it's not easy to meet Opimswo Otun 432. So for things to happen within the club, now be your opportunity to go and meet Opimswo, speak to him one-on-one, tells him your problems within the club, and him finding solution for you within a short period of time. It's enough motivation to get the maximum 3 points today. 3 points is separating Kotoko and the teams who are on the relegation zone, especially the 16th position on the Ghana Premier League. So you know what is at stake in getting the maximum 3 points today. A win for you today, you overtake us to focus on the league log. A win against Samartex Football Club will announce your presence again in the Ghana Premier League. And this is a team that ultimately find a way to pick the maximum 3 points. It will give your supporters that confidence that the Kotoko team, even though Obenya a good season, this particular win is a statement win to everybody within the club. Samartex as a football club, look at their performance in terms of away games in the Ghana Premier League.
This is a game that the whole Ghana, and I'm sure everybody outside Ghana is watching this game because of the situation Kotoko found themselves before this game and how Samartex has been able to dominate, and they are on top of the league with 5 points clear difference.
And yeah, when you look at this particular season for Samartex, they are doing some good football. And they are playing some delightful game in the Ghana Premier League under their coach, Amadou Nuruddin. Coach, I pass it through the rounds, he has been on most of the average teams in the Ghana Premier League. But this particular season, we're announcing the sense to a lot of people.
The assistant coach, Henry Wellington, he was the head coach for King Faisal. He came to Kotoko, he became assistant coach to Nuttall of House of Folk. He became the head coach of House of Folk. So he's been through all.
So I think it's one thing that is really helping this Samartex team. And they bought the best players from Division 1. We always complain about players coming from Division 1, Division 2. But Samartex Club bought the best players from the Division 1. Ivan Sosei was one of them. Baba Hamadou Musa was one of them. And these are players, Oman now also more presence in the Ghana Premier League, and they are doing some good football in the Premier League. And you can see a team that is playing to a rehearsed pattern from a football coach. That is helping the club survive in the Ghana Premier League. They are my favorite to win the Ghana Premier League. About 70% they have the chance of winning the Ghana Premier League. That is why it's a major test case for Asante Kotoko to get the maximum 3 points today. When was the last time they won the game at the Babaya Sports today? Way back in their game against BBN Gold Stars, that 1-0 win that Kotoko won at Babaya Sports Stadium. So they struggle to even win games at home, much more than their away games. This particular second round, apart from the draw they had against Bichim and a win against BBN Gold Stars, the rest of the games, Kotoko is losing games in the Ghana Premier League. So they need to relaunch themselves by picking the maximum 3 points against the current top of the Premier League, Samartex. And that is one thing that supporters will be happy about their performance and their result against them. So I can't wait for a team like Kotoko to bounce back to winning ways in the Ghana Premier League. When Kotoko and Hearts are in the super form in the Ghana Premier League, it helps our league. It helps our supporters move to the various stadiums to watch our Premier League games. Look at House of Folk losing 2-0 yesterday to Legon Cities. Supporters are not comfortable. By coming back to win in Accra, will bring back the love people that need in the Ghana Premier League.
The inconsistencies, obviously, sorry to cut you. I mean, Legon Cities, yes, 2-0. I just got a message for somebody who wanted to know because he was also out of town and wasn't following. But yes, the confirmation, Hearts did lose by 2-0 in Dew. That match was played in Dew. They lost by 2-0 and Karela drew 1-1 with the Accra Lions. A very good result for Accra Lions. They seem to be the other team in form in the Ghana Premier League. Not much is being said about them, but they need to be given commendation. They really have improved, and coach Maxwell Konedu took them to Naralegu to get a point there. But for Hearts of Oak, yeah, Hearts and Kotoko, when they make headlines this season, it looks like it's always for unwanted reasons. And Coach Abubakar Ouattara is making headlines. The fans, the neutral fans, if I should say, on one hand, are saying, "Oh, the coach of Hearts did so well for facing angry fans after the match and talking to them and explaining things to them. He's done so well." The others, the Hearts of Oak fans, are not happy because they reckon the coach shouldn't have given out some information that is actually damaging to the Phobians. And we'll talk about that later at the end of the show when we have time to wrap up all the issues. But Hearts did lose by 2-0. And yes, the coach went to talk to the fans after the game, and we'll bring you details of what transpired. But let's go for let's take a look at the results and the fixtures for this weekend. And then, of course, Coach, you can chip in on that one too.
Yeah, you know what? Gold Stars is playing today. I was here with the CEO of Gold Stars. It's watching start times to see what is going to happen before he moves into the stadium. He also went out and he's also back. Everybody is running back to watch the final phase of the Ghana Premier League. I was here, we wish you all the best. And yeah, to be honest with you, it's never going to be easy. Hearts and Kotoko, for me, they are struggling, but they have their differences. This is a game that I can tell you that, look, it's going to be tough for both teams. In as much that Samartex, we've seen on paper being a great team with very good tactics. Yeah, they are coming to this game with a 4-3-3 system, whilst Kotoko is also coming in a 4-5-1 system. That should tell you that Kotoko wants to take control of the midfield, because we know the likes of Kayeke, Dauda Seidu, and Baba Amando will be the guys that will be in midfield for Samartex. When looking at Samartex, up front. I have Richmond Darkun. They have Emmanuel Mama, formerly of Tema Youth, and Evans Oseusu, the light man in the team. So yeah, it's definitely going to be a tough one this very afternoon.
All right. Okay. So yeah, I know you guys are itching to see the goals from the Legon Cities and Hearts game, but don't worry, we do have it, and we'll let you have it at the end of the show or after this game. But of course, our focus is on the game that is coming up. That's our friend at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium. She's always making sure that the right thing is done. No nonsense.
She's just a strong woman.
Yeah, strong woman, but very, very friendly and respectful. She does her job professionally. So the Porcupine Warriors are in after seeing, the owner of the team, who has warned them categorically that, look, if you guys continue to disgrace me, I will disband the team. I will call the GFA and say, you know what, I don't want my team in the Ghana Premier League. So that's a strong warning coming from the owner, Otumfuo. And if the king tells you this, honestly, as a player, I think they have no excuse than to, quote unquote, kill themselves to get the results. It is unfortunate if the king says you are disgracing him. I don't think any player would want that tag of being a disgrace to Asante Kotoko. And the coach Ogun is not out of it. He's part of the team. He cannot be absolved, and he has to help the team back to winning ways so that the king can smile. When the king smiles and he's happy, the citizens are happy. Fine. So, I think this afternoon is a test case. And if Kotoko failed to win, then perhaps big question marks will be asked about their character. It's not just about playing on the pitch. You have to show character. But, Coach, it looks like Kotoko again are not going to be at full strength.
Oh, of course. I mean, if you look at the Kotoko lineup that I have before me, the likes of Stephen Mukola is not part of the team. I mean, Japan is also not part of the team. Neymar is not part of the team. You're talking about Frederick Asari taking over, and that is Prosper de Teogun. Yes, and this is the dressing room of Samartex FC. I mean, the team that is leading the Ghana Premier League. Yes, Kofi Ban is going to be imposed for Samartex FC. That's the number 22. And you're looking at the Kotoko lineup. I mean, they have Frederick Asari, Emmanuel Kote, and then Nicolas Osei Bonsu as the laterals, and then Nuruddin Mohammed, and of course Henry Ansu. And you talk of Andrews in team Menu, Eric Zeze starting for a very long time for Kumasi Asante Kotoko, Enoch Morrison, Baba Yaya, and of course Peter Amidu Aqua. And then we are going to get the man who is going to lead attack for Kumasi Asante Kotoko, Kalu Watara. And that should tell you that Kotoko is missing the likes of Richmond Lamte, I mean, Justice Blay, Neymar, Steve Mukola. Of course, these are all Kotoko players. So they need to prove and they need to send signals to the teamy fans that, look, we are sorry and today we want to make amends. But can they beat this Samartex team that is coming out of their team bath? Could clearly see focus. They have their nose masses and they don't want to speak to anybody. That should tell you how focused they ought to be, and then go in there and then probably do the job and go away.
Let me bring Nana in here. Nana, you feel COVID, but what do you see? Is this psychology? Is it part of the game? Marksmanship or what?
I don't know the what is going on within the club and what is going on in Kumasi, but I don't know the motive behind the nose mask for this Samartex. Maybe in the course of the week, most of the times ahead of a crucial game like this, leaders within the club, someone like Edmond Aka, I remember their game against Hatofo. He was speaking all over radio stations and TV stations.